Hello everyone, this is Lorena, and I'm back with another Duel Links video. I just came back from eating. I just had snack. Yeah, I have this chronic condition called hunger, and the only way to treat it is by eating. That's the only way to fix it. This is unfortunately a condition we all have. We all have it, as well as a number of other things. Sartorius, you've left the gate 3 times today. Are you really that insistent that you want to kick my ass? You really need to try harder than that. Try harder than that, dude. You failed the other 2 times, and you could probably fail this time, even if I just clicked auto duel. But I'm not sure if I'm going to say that just yet. Have to see my hand first. I don't know if I want to duel you a 3rd time, but I definitely prefer that compared to other things. I mean, what if I had to duel Kite 3 times in a row? I don't think I would have fun. But it is possible for me to have some fun against Mazar, because I feel like it's less one-sided with Mazar. It's less one-sided with Mazar. Kite just takes me out like I'm nothing. Seriously. It's ridiculous. I have all of these cards that are awesome, and do not disagree with me. I will find a fence in that. Actually, no, I will respect your opinion. I will not be rude. But I will internally be offended. Anyway, like I was saying, was this going anywhere worth discussing? Is it worth continuing this train of thought? Or am I just, you know, do I just have a train of thought that isn't worth continuing? Okay, you got Tails. And that means when a spell card is activated, this card's attack becomes double its original... The hell? Okay, listen, we need to do something about that monster because it's dead to me. It is dead to me. We are not arguing with me, Sartorius. We are not here for a debate. We are here for me to win. And that is... You know what? I've got Yubel on the field. I can handle it. To be honest, that's not really bad, though. Because Niels can take him out. The hell, you think you're a threat? You're not a threat. I don't want to take him out with you, Bell, though. You could be... That card could be beaten up by a 2500 beat stick. You are a failure. Oh, well, you're not a failure when you're normal, but, you know, you're kind of possessed right now. I don't respect possessed people. You may be wondering why I seem to respect the Yubel at the gate. The Yubel at the gate is indeed possessed, but they are not as possessed. They are corrupted, which is similar, but they do have free will with their... Listen. I looked up Sartorius' event, and Yubel was added first. And Yubel was like, fuck the Light of Destruction, I only care about Jaden. Because of course they do. And that is why I have more respect, because at the very least, they aren't under control. They are doing their own thing. They don't give a shit about some other force of evil. They just do whatever the hell they want. Although I definitely saw them bad, just, you know, being on Yubel's side. But you have to understand here, they aren't actually that bad. It was the Light of Destruction. It still corrupted them too. It just corrupted Sartorius worse. Or can I even make an argument? I don't know. I mean, Yubel did get sent to space for being overprotective. But, I mean, if I was waiting for someone to reincarnate again, for how long? I think I'd be a bit bitch. I think I'd be a bit overprotective too. I've been known to be a bitch. I've been known to be, to be fair, I just don't think I'm much better than Yubel. I don't know if I can say I'm as bad, but I definitely don't think I'm much better. I appreciate that this one player, dueling as a villain that is worse than me, was just so tired of my deck that he's just like, fuck you. Bones again? Honestly, I've seen Bones show up a lot. And I don't know why I'm surprised. Because again, he's using a zombie type archetype that is popular right now. Why is this a surprise to me? You know, I want to play a vampire deck. Are vampire decks viable? I don't know, but to play a vampire deck, I'd have to switch to something else, and I don't think I've shown that kind of commitment. Even when the Tyler sisters are released, I might not be able to show that kind of commitment. Wait a... Oh, right. I don't think Neos was in my hand when my turn started. Yeah, that's an issue, because... Anyway, I was glad when the Tyler sisters showed up. I'm like, yes, Amazoness support! But I haven't really played Amazonesses that much since I started playing. And there is a reason for that. I'm waiting for them to show up. I want the Tyler sisters to show up. I'm sure they will be added eventually. It's just going to be a very long time. But I'm more likely to get that compared to some of the other shit. You may be like, what? Oh. Yeah, you know, I'm a villain right now, so is it okay to bring this back up? No, I don't want to. I just don't feel like it. I don't feel like it. The mirror matches are real, bro. Although, considering they are real, I do feel like I'd rather have one right now compared to this. Or a kite. Or Mazar. Although Mazar, sometimes I'm okay with that. You may still be wondering how I have a preference. Barians look cooler. They look cooler than we do. What am I supposed to say to you? My opinion is my opinion, even if I don't fully understand it. You may be like, why the hell did you just say that humans don't look cool? Well, some do. Some do, if they feel like looking cool. I mean, it is something that someone has to decide. It's your decision if you want to look cool or not, for example. But, I mean, when I watch fiction, I like to see things that are more, you know, unique. As in, not just like us, but a bit different. Although Mazar is basically, how the hell do I know when he's speaking on screen? How do I understand when any Barian is speaking? I am terrible at understanding anything, but you know what? I think that there is something that did go into my understanding of that. Of when they're speaking, that is. They do have a human form, and my brain may be able to understand that. But the other reason is, well, they do express themselves very well. I assume their facial expressions gives me some idea of who is talking. But also, there are other reasons that okay. I lost again. You know, if I get to development... What does the D stand for? I don't know, I assume it stands for duelist. But if I get to duelist level 16, I can write down. Which sucks because I could see 3 Galaxy Eyes users show up in a row. Yeah, I don't really think that's much of an imagination. I could see it happening. This isn't what I meant by preferring a mirror match over... No. What are you using? Oh, dear Lord. I kind of asked for it, to be fair. Okay, here's the mirror match. I wanted to duel Yubel again. You might be wondering what my obsession with dueling Yubel is. Well, it's not a very good obsession considering I still have black keys, I'll be real. If it was a real obsession, I wouldn't have any. I'd be like, I had to do this thing where I had to duel I don't have any black keys. Yeah, I still have black keys, so exactly what kind of obsession is this? Is it even a real obsession? Because, honestly, I still have those black keys. To be fair, if I tried to use my black keys, I think my wrist would get tired. And I do need to preserve the health of my wrists. So I can't just duel someone as many times as I want, because my wrists will just give out if I keep doing that. That's not good for my wrist health. And honestly, I just don't think that's a good source of entertainment when I record. You may be wondering, okay, but you still have black keys. So why don't you just duel Yubel at the gate? Oh, people are already complaining about Yubel. I mean, the skill. The skill, they are complaining about the skill, not Yubel specifically. But Eternal Bond for whatever reason. I mean, I get it, I understand, but at the same time, I'm over here thinking, there's worse. Yeah, sure, there's worse. What kind of argument is this? There may be worse, yes, but when you see a large quantity of people playing one deck, yeah, that does get tiring. I understand. And to be completely honest, that's one of the reasons I'm tired of Kite. I never got over it. And then I was like, I'm just like, after a while, I'm sure I could get tired of seeing Lazar too. And then people are just like, your opinion sucks. And I'm like, well, fair, but I mean, part of my opinion was like, okay, I might be too mean to Kite, so how about I could probably get tired of Mazar too. And people are still like, yeah, your opinion still sucks. I understand. I don't necessarily think that you're wrong. I do not think you're wrong, but also, I think my opinion is still my opinion, and I don't care about anyone else's opinion right now, because we're talking about my opinion, not yours. I can respect your opinion just as long as it's your opinion instead of mine. I can form my own opinions. I don't need anyone else to give me my opinion. Okay, sure. And he has another one. But I win! Okay, well, that's nice. I lost the last mirror match, so I'm glad that I won this one. I'm sure some people still think that this Jaden is unnecessary, but I'm just like... Bro, listen. I think we could use more characters with more skins. Make more skins, but only do it after every world has been properly fleshed out. Flesh out every world properly, and then release more skins. Release more alternative skins then. And then we can have alternate skins for other characters that aren't from DM or GX. Although for GX only Jaden counts, really. Okay, let's see. Are there any skin is there another case of this that I'm not thinking of right now? Well, unless Arc 5 goes into legacy characters, not really. I wonder what Jack Atlas would say to Jack Atlas at the gate. He may be like, what? Yeah, there are two versions of Jack Atlas. There's the one from 5Ds and the one from Arc 5. And you may be wondering which one I prefer. The one from Arc 5 is kind of a more mature version as far as I remember. But I think I still prefer the one from 5Ds. Honestly, the real one! Although both are technically real in one universe, it's just... I prefer the real one, the one that I got attached to years ago. I still think it's weird that this is considered a children's card game. Like, really, this is still a children's card game. Meanwhile, Rush format exists for the actual kids. Because this game is convoluted as hell. And I still think it's insane that I could make it worse. And I'm not even joking. There's so much evidence that I actually would. And it's disturbing. Now, let me tell you guys the worst case of this yet. Because this is insane. Although I've already said it in a past video, I'm not sure it's been uploaded. Actually, maybe it has. If I've already said it in a video I've already uploaded, I'm not sure if I want to say it again. But I still think it's insane that I could just... I still think it's weird that I saw a mission. No. Actually, I do remember discussing this. It's in an earlier video that I recorded today. I was referencing a mission that I completed, and my brain was like, we have to complete it like this. That's what the mission said. And then I'm just staring at the mission text on Reddit, and I'm like, that is the same text I read. That is undeniably what the mission said. And I still interpret it like that. I'm just like, but wait a minute, that's what the mission said. And my brain is like, no, it said this instead. What are you talking about? That's the text we read. Didn't say anything about having to complete the mission in range. Why would you lie to me, brain? Stop telling me something is saying something that it's not. And then you guys wonder why I talk about my brain like it's a separate entity. We could have we could have a debate about this, but I'm bad at debates, so I don't really want to have one because I'm so bad at debates. So I'm not interested in debating whether or not free will actually exists or doesn't. I just don't think that some of the things that disprove it actually disprove it. I mean, there's a mixture of things that are obviously true and you can't escape from that, like for example, death. And if you want to know about my ideal form of dying, which is a very dark topic, but don't worry, I don't want to die, but the reality in life is you will one day die. So, if I had to pick my cause of death, what would it be? Well, first off, I want to skip the whole dying process, like, just take me out immediately. None of this, I'm slowly dying bullshit. No. Take me out as quickly as possible. Like, hit me with a meteor or some shit. Although that'd probably kill more than just me, and I'm not into that. No, we're talking about my ideal cause of death, not everyone else dying. We don't need anything like that happening to anyone else in this hypothetical scenario. I'm just saying, I don't want to slowly die. I want to be taken out before my body has a chance to process death. And as I said in therapy, there must be no room for recovery. No room for a near-death experience. I am dead. I am dead. No near-death experiences because I'm too dead for that. That is my ideal cause of death. Anything that can do that. And to be honest, there are many forms of murder that can actually follow this example. So it is, in fact, possible that if you murder me, that will still be my ideal cause of death, depending on how fast you do it. Although being obsessed with Yami Merrick is definitely a downside, because it would torture me first. And then send me to the Yu-Gi-Oh version of hell, which is the Shadow Realm. Okay, fine, I'd rather be in my hell first. My hell is superior to all the other versions of hells. All the other versions of hell are inferior to mine. Hold on a second. What kind of deck is this? I don't need to know. Don't answer that. I was joking. Do not take me too seriously over here, Silvio, because I swear, the best part of entertainment is you don't have to make sense. That is my favorite part of entertainment. If you disagree, then I'm surprised, because you're basically the definition of entertainment, Silvio. You are more entertaining than Yuya. And I am legitimately serious. And of course I'm saying this, because I seem to like assholes a lot. We don't know why just yet, we just know that's a thing. Okay, now I have to do this again as well. I don't know what that set card is, Silvio, so I have to do this. Now, that could be Mirror Force, or Magic Cylinder, or anything else. It could be Wall of Disruption, which honestly, that'd probably be a bad thing. Okay, it is not Wall of Disruption, it is that, whatever that is. Send any number of other cards from your hand to enter or field to the graveyard. Choose that many effects monsters your opponent controls until the end of that turn. Their attack is added. Their effects are negated. In response to this card's activation, your opponent cannot activate anything. Oh my god. Okay. Well, interesting. I definitely still won. I think that some of the best characters are assholes. I think if you're normal, you're not necessarily more entertaining. You're just a good person. Does that make for an entertaining story? Not necessarily. And Yuya is mostly a decent person. So, you know, who is more entertaining? Well, to be fair, the fact that I'm comparing a 14-year-old and someone that probably isn't 14 to who is more entertaining probably isn't a good idea, because, I mean, honestly, they're so young. I mean, Yuya has plenty of time to become far more entertaining. He's like 14. And I mean, sometimes he is pretty entertaining. I'll be real, sometimes he is, but not all the time. I mean, duh. I mean, we know what happened to him later. Unfortunate, I must say. I'm not a fan of that. I think that all Arc 5 fans should be prepared for the worst raid boss of all time. Zark. Yes, he will absolutely be a raid boss. There is no room for him to be anything else. Konami would be out of their minds to bring him out as anyone else. Like, dude, Konami would be out of their minds to make Zark not a raid boss. They decided Mazaru is a raid boss. They made Paradox a raid boss, which to be fair, obviously. But since they made characters raid bosses that don't, I mean, there's just so much room to make people raid bosses if they dueled one or more characters at once. But, hold on, brain. We're talking about one specific format here. Let's stay within one studio. Okay. Okay, so Zark dueled how many people at a time? He's basically just the raid boss of the entire franchise. He dueled so many people in a row too, so he is the king of wave duels too, as far as we're concerned. Now Yuma is back. I don't know what he's using this. Oh, never mind. Okay, well, I assume your winning strategy is... I'm not even sure if it's... Oh, dear lord. So I think it's interesting that when switching over to the TCG, they had to change the name of number 39 because the English language just doesn't really, it's hard to market an archetype that is such a common word here. So they had to rebrand the name to something else. So it'd be easier to sell as an archetype. But the only... What? That is not what I expected you to summon. Why would I expect you to summon anything else, though? I mean, you had... Your cards were what? I think they were both level 6. And this is a rank 6 monster, so... Yeah, I'm gonna send that to the graveyard. You're dead. So, how are we doing today, Yuma? Are you having fun dueling? I'm having lots of fun. Oh my god. That isn't like Yuma. Yuma would never surrender. Oh my god. Yeah, so I'm in character. I'm not in character, I'm really not. I don't think I've been in character all day. Apart from the fact I keep clicking the duel button. Well, that's probably the only in character thing I've been doing all day. Hold on. I had to end the video, but hold on a second. My headphones have a slider on them. A volume slider, and I just used it accidentally. I just made it go up. So the game's volume went up, and that was a disaster. I had to lower it so my ears would be preserved and I could continue to hear. Anyway, that's going to wrap things up for this video. I know it's almost 30 minutes, but I mean, Zone made a video much longer than this, so let's be fair. I'm done here. I'll be back shortly.